Straight vibes. Straight vibes. Straight vibes.
Yeah. Got your feet all in the sand. Loving the way it feels. A little damage from all these rocks, but they still appeal to you. You ain't a stranger to these waters now. Yeah. Learned how to swim through all emotions, all detecting some. So I'm on the case, searching for loving. You love me, baby. It needs something you can stand on. Well, I'm the perfect thing to land on. Been here some fight wars. Yeah. Look at these battle scars on you. Been through the hardest parts. Yeah. In need of a fresh start. Walking on the ocean blue with me inside of you. Finding you. Been to the moon and the ocean blue. I'm finding you. Under the stars and the moon. I'm finding you.
Chill.
The waves purify your soul. I know the storms take a toll.
So I fucked up. I cut the shit twice.
Okay, so what are we gonna do?
We're just gonna go. We're just gonna go.
This is gonna go?
We're just gonna go. All right.
This is-
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah.
Zerski.
What's good, y'all?
It's your boy Johnny King.
It's your boy Akil J, and this is the Woes.
Woes.
Coming to you live from any podcast platform that you guys have.
Apple Music, Spotify. Tidal.
I don't know. I don't know if Tidal has one.
You look like a nigga that use Tidal, so that's why I'm asking
He
you.
does.
Tidal ass nigga, exactly.
YouTube world, we see you, we love you. Keep them subscribers.
That's a fact. Keep
Going
them coming.
up, please. Let's just go.
Right?
Johnny, how you feel, bro?
Yeah, I'm feeling good, man. Just got out of work, you know what I'm saying? I'm just out here doing what I love to do with y'all. It's a good day, man. It's a good day. Every day's a good day, no matter how you look at it. So, what about you?
Every day is a good day when you're above 6 feet, man. So I'm very happy, very, very blessed.
You above 6 feet and you 10 toes down.
Yeah, man. I'm happy for that. And I'm happy to be with you guys. You know, shouts out to
That's a
SMB
fact.
Productions in the building.
Come
Thank you,
clutch.
man. We are ready to go.
Yeah, we can
Let's
get
start
the
it.
ball rolling.
My bad if you guys I fucked up in the beginning. Every episode for season 2, there will be a drink in
There
my
will be
cup.
a drink in this nigga.
Don't give a fuck. So yeah, that's my fault. But whatever, it's fine. We ready to go, Johnny. What are we talking about?
Audience, gentlemen, what we talking about is a concept that I feel like we've all thought about as artists, independents, creatives, making it, but not just making it, but like, what if you were to ever? This is just a big what if scenario episode. So everything that we're gonna be talking about is just straight concepts, just things that we personally feel would happen, would have happened, or could happen to you. What if you made it too early? And when I say too early, more so, what if you made it before you really found out who you were in your artistry or who you are as a person, and your personal development just isn't there? You know, you have a lot of childhood stars that they blow up like a la Justin Bieber, you know what I'm saying? He might not be a good example or the best example just because he seemed to have really dealt with it maybe the best that I'd seen in a lot of childhood stars. But
Did he though?
I mean, nah, everybody goes to a little crazy point in their life, of course, you know what I mean, when you're growing up, but
He's not a pop star. He's a pop star. He's not a doctor.
exactly. Yeah. So let me start with the first question. Could you actually make it before your time? Like, is that a real like, people think about it, but is that like a real thing? Like, making it before your time has come?
Could be. Yeah. Could be. I think.
How could it be seen as like a negative?
You haven't perfected your craft. Not to say perfected your craft, but like you haven't found out you didn't find your niche per se. You know what I'm saying? So, in my opinion, let's say you come out as, I came out as a Latino artist or some shit. I have no business being in the Latin industry. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know that. I just like the sound and this, that, and the third. I come out, but I blossomed as an R&B artist. Some shit like that. What is your problem? That's Selene, everybody that just walked in, and if you heard some rude ass person, if you heard some rude ass person say no, it's my girlfriend.
No.
What happened, babe?
We shall not.
You talking to Boogie?
The air plug over there.
You need it?
Off the wall.
You need it?
I just.
You could ask me
She hot dog
because I'm closest to the wall.
Bro, she don't want to
Shouts out YouTube world, my girlfriend here, Selene.
Man, shout out to Selene for having us in her
Thank you
humble
for having us
abode.
here,
You
babe.
know what I'm saying? Round of applause
Appreciate
for
you.
her.
Your hair looks amazing.
It really does.
Thank you.
Chris, shut the fuck up, bro. It's
Yeah,
not
we
about
didn't.
you,
We
bro.
said Selene.
We
We
said
didn't say
Selene.
Chris.
Oh, my fault.
But anyway, yeah, like that's kind of how I feel on the matter. Like you don't necessarily know what it is. You never really know, but I think you could blossom. You could come out and fuck your career up.
But what's really considered like your time? You know what I'm saying? Because when I think of like somebody saying, "Yo, it's your time," or you know, how artists like when they want to come to like, "Yo, it's my time," da 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 da. Like, what do you really consider your time? Because personally, me, I feel like when somebody says like it's my time or whatever it is, like you could really say that at any point in time. It doesn't really matter. It's just whenever you feel like entitled or you feel like you genuinely deserve the flowers, you genuinely deserve the success and this, that, and the third. But who or what dictates that it's your time? Personally, I think it's the masses. I think it's the people who actually listen to your music. It has nothing to do with you. If you think that it's your time, it has to do with everybody else who's listening to you and saying, you know what? Let's give this guy a shot. This, that, and the third. And boom.
Do you believe in destiny? Like
150%. Yeah. But I feel like destiny is something that can change, or I feel like destiny is malleable. You know what I'm saying? Like destiny can be bended, or destiny can be
Swayed.
You know what I'm saying? Like through life and circumstance and things that you go through. Because everybody has a childhood fantasy that they have for themselves when they're getting older. Like, oh, I want to be this, I want to be that. But obviously it changes as you get older, as you start finding things that you really, truly love. Because as a kid, I mean, you have a concept of love, but not the best. But as you get older, you really start to find things that truly speak to your soul and speak to who you are. So destiny, I do think, is real. I just feel like it's a lot more malleable than people kind of make it seem, you know.
Can I ask you a question? Maybe this
yeah.
might be a question, and if it is, I apologize. But you mentioned Bieber earlier, right? It can work. I think the what if situation works in both ways. If you made it before you realized your full potential, or the other way. So take Bieber for example.
Yeah.
What happens if Bieber came out now? Do you
missed his window?
right? Do you think he would be Justin Bieber?
No, it's exactly like what he said. I don't think you said it as that, though. He would have missed his window.
Yeah.
He would have missed his window. Absolutely.
So you don't think that Bieber would be
Nope.
that?
Nope.
You don't think? I'm naming like big artists.
He could be making the same music. You know, he could
Could be,
very
I'm saying
well
you're
be
making the same music,
you
but
mean,
like
impact, like
Yeah.
yo, it's Biebs, like it's nah, nah,
I think
I
that
don't
comes
see it.
from being a child star.
yeah.
That comes from like just being that young and having the kids grow up with you.
Yeah.
He's impactful because niggas grew up with him.
He's a generational
like
artist.
like Chris Brown.
Like
Right.
Chris Brown.
Niggas grew up
Exactly.
with them.
Yeah.
So I think Bieber is talented. Like if he came out now, his sound would work, but it wouldn't be that.
He wouldn't come out with changes and have multiple slaps.
I can't front. I can't.
I'm
Front.
just
I can't
being
really
honest.
front. I'm not going front though. Like no cap. Both of y'all niggas need to get the fuck out because Bieber is the GOAT, bro. If
Nobody
Bieber
said-
came
nobody
out
said he
right the
wasn't.
fuck now,
Nobody said-
he would have the same slaps that he did before.
Ain't nobody saying that he wouldn't have the same slaps, my bad, y'all. Ain't
No,
nobody
ain't
saying that he wouldn't have the same slaps.
You just literally said changes wouldn't have the same slaps on it. Did he not?
Yeah, he did.
Okay, my bad.
Play the tape.
My bad. Nah. Then what I'm trying to say is that I'm not saying that he wouldn't be as good. I just don't think he'd be as impactful.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The talent would still be there, whatever
Yeah.
the talent is, but I don't think that he would be like
Bieber?
bro.
You think he would be? Well, excuse me. He would be Justin Bieber. He wouldn't be Bieber.
Yeah.
Right, because that only happens with kids. Look at our favorite artists that came out as adults. You get adult fan base. You like the kids like your music, but the kids gravitate towards the kids. Like Chris Brown was what 16 when he came out running. Was like their children. Think of who came out as an adult that we fuck with heavy, like a Rick Ross or like a Jay-Z or whatever. But it's like those are more grown audiences. I mean, they still have the same impact, but I mean,
It is different because of the social media time period that we live in and because of who we are. Millennials
And rappers.
are making the culture, right? We're driving the culture. We're shifting how the thought process on it and just everything. But there was never a generation before us that was as connected as we are. So the next generation after us, Generation Z. I think it's weird, but shout out to y'all. I think it's different.
And we just lost potential subscribers. Thanks, buddy.
But I fuck with y'all. Nah.
Standing all in the mention.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like cancel culture, all that shit. Yeah, listen. My little brother Gen Z, love you, bro. But like we're all connected by, this shit. So you could really pop at any time, man, and you don't have to be necessarily a generational talent like Justin Bieber anymore. You know what I mean? But actually, part of the reason why he was because of YouTube. You know what I mean? A technological advancement in the internet that allowed you to just showcase whatever the fuck you wanted to do. And he just decided to start doing covers and shit, and he got discovered like that.
Niggas could still get popping off of YouTube too.
Hell
and
yeah,
like I
what?
don't understand why we don't do that.
Biggest streaming service out
Still
there.
to date,
You know what
I
I'm saying?
still don't understand why we don't use that
The whole
platform.
reason I'm here is for YouTube.
Shouts out
Shout out to Boogie Man. Look at
My
him.
bad. All right.
Now here's another question. Would it be better to make it before your time and be a huge success than make it when it's your time but not be as big?
What would you rather as a creative?
No, not necessarily. I think what do you feel would be more beneficial to you? Whatever you feel is beneficial to you. So let's say you are 15, right? 15-year-old Akil J. Let's say if you're an R&B artist and you just get signed, the label just molds you into just like this sex symbol, you like the next Usher, Chris Brown, whatever it is. But you just never really find your musical niche. You know?
Probably because I don't have a body type that's like a sex symbol.
This nigga is not.
Bro, I have A cups, bro. I'm a skinny nigga with A cups, bro. You're not a sex symbol.
But you making millions of dollars and you have a huge impact on the music
With the
industry.
A cups?
With my A cups.
With the same A cups, all right? He's out here.
Look at these battle scars.
Yeah.
Look, they right here.
My scars right here. Or a 25, 29-year-old Akil J just making it into the music industry. But you get to do the music that you want.
Yes, guys, I'm 29. What the fuck, bro?
What?
Leave it at 25.
I said 25 to 29, bro. You gave it away.
So you're saying which one would I prefer? Honestly, man, as a creative, knowing myself, I personally would want, even though obviously the most beneficial one is the child star.
Yeah, it is.
Obviously, because you got that financially. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You change the whole landscape of shit. But personally, I don't want to make it before my time, before before I became Akil J. At 15, I can honestly say I was not Akil J.
Yeah.
I was not. I didn't know who I didn't even really care about music. I didn't think about writing songs. I didn't think about recording music. Other of my, like, you know, my other peers did, you know what I'm saying? But not me. The closest thing that I got to singing was concert choir. You know what I'm saying? At 15. Shouts out to Miss Lou.
Shout out to Miss Lou.
She changed our lives.
Love
man.
you.
Love you.
Thank
Rest
you.
in peace
Rest
for
in peace,
everything.
mama.
Thank you for everything. But like,
Woo,
that was
rest in peace.
right. That was the closest that I got to music. I'm speaking on myself. That was the closest I got to music. I didn't start writing until I was 19. Religiously, I didn't start writing until 19.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? 19. And now, 10 years later, the content that I have now, as opposed to back then, is totally different. I would want to pop with the content that I have now. I want people to know exactly who I am. Bieber didn't get a chance to make the music that he wanted to make until now. As a 26-year-old.
Yeah.
Or 27, whatever he is. 26, I believe. He didn't get a chance to make the music. He couldn't have made a changes at 14.
No, of course not.
Or he couldn't have made a changes at 21. Couldn't have.
Changes had the.
No. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
a
But like
different- that was a
you bring
different
it
album.
there.
Yeah.
He was like 18 or 19 or no more than 21.
Changes is the one that
It
just
just
came out
came
with
out.
Intentions.
It was yummy.
Oh, I didn't
Yummy.
hear that. I didn't
Girl,
hear
you got
that.
that? What?
No, I never heard
The whole album?
Yeah, no.
No, but you've heard Yummy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay, but you haven't heard Changes.
Whose
No,
man's
the
is
last-
this?
the
All
last-
right, yo, guys. The video quality of the next episode might look different because we're gonna have
Because there might not be
completely
video.
different videographer. Because whose man's is this?
Yo, these niggas love white people.
You know what I'm saying? But
I love Bieber.
I
The
love-
fuck,
yeah,
man?
bro.
What the fuck you mean?
shit.
Every episode we pick one star and just.
We're
I
not
mean-
we're not going there. But I will say, Justin Bieber on purpose.
That's the last thing I heard.
All right,
That's
so
that had fucking.
But now think about it.
Mark my words and shit.
yeah.
Like,
Now
that
Purpose
that
was
a
he
bit-
was Purpose he was 22 or something like that.
best Justin Bieber
That's his best
The
album.
best album.
Best album.
Period. Hands down.
Best album, but he wouldn't have made Purpose
Without
without
the prior one.
like growing. But a lot, playing devil's advocate, you don't know, like, the way that he grew gave him purpose
That's
or
a fact.
made his purpose. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I guess it could go both ways. But me personally, I wouldn't want to make it before my time is here. As Shorty checks her shit. Your shit is perfect, girl.
hyping it. Yo,
I'ma
hyping
see
it.
you
I'm gonna flirt with you right now.
Yeah, she's not about
Yeah,
it, bro.
it's fine.
You
My
just
girlfriend
gonna-
really loves me, guys.
She
I
does.
Sticks to my throw pillows. Do not sit on them.
Huh?
All three of you.
Oh, in the
In the living room. My
I
living
don't
room
even
is
sit on the
fixed.
couch.
Oh, cause I was like, yo,
And
listen.
my candles are burning.
I'll just be standing when I'm here. I ain't gonna lie.
Porque
love
tenemos
you.
el pilo de amor.
She didn't say it back. It's okay,
Lo
guys.
tenemos de
It's fine.
amor.
Fine.
Yo, was one of the questions, if you would have made it when you thought you should have made it? Is that?
Nah, but we could add that into the mix. Go ahead. You already asked it, so go ahead.
Do you think that if you would have made it when you felt like you were ready to make it, that you,
Would have flopped.
or what do you think your life would have been like?
I think I would have flopped.
What do you think your life would have been like?
I haven't felt that, so.
You never felt like you were ready to make it?
No, ready is different.
That's what he.
Should have made it. You said should have made it.
What's the difference?
So there's a big difference. So I could feel right now. I feel like I'm ready. Right now, I feel like you put me in any situation for my career to blossom. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. Right. Should have made it is did I feel like this a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago,
Yeah,
4
that's-
years
that's
ago?
what I'm
You know what I'm saying? No.
Is this the first time you ever felt ready?
Actually, no. It was a year ago. Actually, when I came out with While I'm Away. Yeah.
Streaming on
Streaming on
all streaming
all
platforms.
platforms,
Please
you know what I'm saying?
download and.
You know, it's crazy, but it didn't really it didn't really hit me until it was like on the streaming platform. So until I was able to go into Apple Music, type
And
in my
Spotify
shit,
or
Spotify, Tidal.
Google Play Music, whatever you stream.
If you still use Pandora, I guess.
I think it's on SoundCloud.
You know,
We put it everywhere.
Deezer, I guess.
It's everywhere.
You can definitely find it on SoundCloud though. Yeah, just Google me. Oh fuck! I just remembered the shit. I'm gonna do it. But what's it called? We gon' cock-a-doodle do it.
Where you go? He really gotta use the bathroom.
I gotta pee.
Yo,
But y'all niggas.
that shit crazy.
Y'all niggas continue.
Yeah, we gonna continue. Yeah, nah, it wasn't until this nigga really went to the bathroom.
I should take his seat. He'll be
Yo, go ahead. Let the people see. Let the people see
Let's talk about it.
what's behind the.
Behind the
Come
shit.
on, y'all. Yo, any of y'all females out there that be like, oh, I want a big nigga that feel like a pillow, like a bear, like I want snuggle, I love cuddling, da 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 da. Boogie clutch, everybody. So yeah, it wasn't until I actually saw my music on the streaming platforms that I was just like, all right, you know what? Yeah, I'm ready.
And it was when the cover art started floating around. I was like, ooh, yeah, it's getting real.
Cover art, like I started seeing people post my shit, and I was just getting mad love on it. I was just like, yo, like this is what it's about. Not the love aspect, which I appreciate, but just the circulation of my music is what made me feel like, yeah, nah, like it's my time. And from then on till now is when I felt like it. Absolutely.
So if you would have made it right when While I'm Away first came out, what do you think life would have been like for you? You think it would have went how it should have went, or do you think you needed this extra year?
No, so I feel like if I would have gotten the exposure,
Right.
or the grand exposure,
Right.
to actually have more people, because a lot of people listen to it, but
Yeah.
if I had, oh my god,
This nigga's out.
if I had the ability to have had more people listen to it, yeah, I think it would have blown up. I think I would have been on. I think it would have just, I don't think it would have flopped, personally. I'm not saying that it flopped, but I'm saying I don't think it would have flopped to the masses.
But even more than just the how well the project would have done, you as a person, do you think that you were mentally ready to?
I found my shit.
Found your sound.
I found my sound. I found my artistry. I found my, like, granted, yeah, from last year to this year, like, I've lost a couple pounds. Like, I'm at my almost physical best. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm out here doing my thing. But musically, you know what I'm saying? Like, I found what I do. And if anybody asks me, like, yo, is there somebody out there that can do what you do better than you? Fuck no. And if you think that you can,
Fingers up.
at me at Johnny Kane.
Let's go.
right?
Talk your shit, boy.
Simple as that.
Can I get my chair back?
Yo, because I'm sweating profusely, and it's like I look down, like, damn, they're gonna see all of this.
Yo, but let the camera show what it says. All right, being accepted.
This is for the work that I do with special needs children.
God bless
Being
you.
accepted should be expected.
Come, turn a little to the right.
Oh my
And we're back. And we're back.
We been back, baby. We been
All right. So I feel you on that.
Yeah.
I
So
feel you
what
on
do
that.
you, if you made it when you were ready, you think you would have?
Honestly,
Because I know how I feel about myself.
honestly, if I made, all right, so I'm looking at it from a writer standpoint. I'm looking at it from a writer standpoint because, you know, obviously that's what I do.
You're right. Yeah.
Writer and production, like vocal production or whatever. I was talented all these years by the grace of God, you know what I mean? But I didn't find that thing until about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? When, you know, y'all niggas started to laugh at me because you guys used to laugh at me and call me Diddy 2 years ago. Before that, it was just Akil. You know what I'm saying? I didn't find who I was until that. You know what I mean? So 2 years ago, I was ready. Like, you know what I'm saying?
You felt like
I was ready, but I felt ready. Last year, leading into now, I am ready.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because of my mindset, the way I think, the way I write, different things like that. If I got into the game at 22, you know what I'm saying, or 19 or something like that, I wouldn't have been writing for a long time.
Yeah.
So,
I probably would have gotten in for the one thing, but like, I just don't feel like I didn't believe in myself.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I did not believe in myself. I didn't know where I wanted to go with this whole shit until I was 27.
Yeah.
I didn't know where I wanted to take this shit until I was 27. You know what I mean? I didn't know certain things about myself until 27.
It's like when you do it because you love it, obviously.
Yeah.
But like the lack of vision creates like a lack of clarity. And
Yeah.
once you find that vision, everything just becomes clear.
Like before 27, I didn't realize that you can make a business out of yourself. I know it sounds crazy, but like I wasn't thinking about that. I was just thinking like, okay, the only way that you can make it in the industry is if you're an artist.
Yeah.
But then I found out about songwriting. That was before that. But then I didn't know that there's such thing as a vocal producer. There's such thing as a vocal arranger, that people go out there and make a name for themselves on that, on top of their writing. But all of these years from I'll call it 22. No, I'll call it 19, 20, all the way up till now. I didn't know that was something that was a job, quote unquote, was a job that people needed.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Was a trait that people needed or people looked for. I used to have shouts out to Jermaine Jacobs, like the real Maine.
The real Maine.
Super talented. I met him in college. That dude, we're talking 10 years. You know what I'm saying? 11 years I met him back then. And like he still wants to be an artist. He has a project out, The Main Attraction, streaming on all platforms. Go check him out. Fire shit. But he used to, I'm not an engineer. That's Ricardo. Shouts out Catalyst. Like, that's Ricardo. That's any other engineer that's out there. I'm not going to sit here and fucking record you. But the nigga used to come to my crib and be like, yo, I only want to record with you. But I can't do certain things.
Yeah.
But he's like, yeah, but you know how to make the record. So like the harmonies, the stats, the writing, everything like that. Like you know how to do certain things. And he's not the only nigga that I've done that for. So then I started realizing like, wait, that's a fucking profession.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, you don't have to be an engineer, but people need niggas like you in the studio.
That's a bad to get in.
I didn't know that. So
Now, what are some of the no pun intended woes of finding your artistry, finding your sound? That's what it's about. Yeah, that's what this podcast is named after. The struggles of certain creatives, all creatives, and what we're going through.
but we can break. Yeah, we'll do that. 3, 2, 1. Break. This is still going.
This right here?
Hey yo, this is brought to you in part by the good folks over at S&B Productions.
S&B Productions.
And we're back. Back at it again. Yeah, so last question was, what are some of the woes of finding your artistry, finding who you are as a writer, rapper / videographer, artist / songwriter? What are some of the things that as a baby they clearly have the biggest woes out of anybody? Yeah, I'm saying? Yeah, woes, baby.
Good.
So yeah, like we could all just jump in and just start like naming shit, because I feel like a lot of people are gonna be able to relate to this and trying to find really like who you are, and like not just what sticks when you throw it up against the wall, but what sticks to you in your soul. So
Man, I think.
Damn, bro.
yeah.
I think for me, and even going back to the last topic of like just all of it in one, I think one of the biggest woes for me was like being able to clear my mind in the right times. You know what I mean? Because it's like when you put stuff on the record and it's cemented, it's like it's out there in the world, and it's like it can and sway somebody else's thoughts the right way or the wrong way. And I try to be responsible with the things I put out there, but also it's like it's a lot of demons that I be fighting. You feel me? And it's like when I think about when I thought I was ready, I've always been ready creatively. You know what I mean? Like I've been rapping since we was like elementary school. Like I've always been good at that. But it's like as a person or as a vessel, I guess, for the words that I need to say, I don't know if I've ever had the right space mentally to be able to go out there and trust that. Like I've said things that I know people need to hear and they can relate to and whatever, but I've also known that like a lot of times, a lot of my stuff had like a dark undertone to it, and it's like I don't know if I really want to be responsible for
The dark undertone
the dark
sound.
undertones. You feel me? Even though I know like it's people who need that, it's people who are fighting. It's Suicide Awareness Month, I think, or Prevention Month, one of those. So it's people who need that type of like people who need to know they're not alone, and it's like I used to try to let that be part of my music, but it's like I was trying to let that be part of my music while feeling alone.
Yeah.
So I don't think that I would have been able to appreciate it the right way had it worked too soon. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm in a space now where it's like, yo, if we blow tonight, alright, it's lit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm ready to go. But I think 5-10 years ago, it was like I was a dark kid, and it was like
It's not you per se.
yeah, it was just like, yo, if we go right now, it might have been too much for me. I might have been too dark.
You know, creativity is something that, yo, this shit be hella lonely sometimes. Like the journey itself. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's something that is just so introspective. It's something that is so like it pertains to you and you alone. And that's actually one of the questions was do you feel like it's more of a personal, well, we can like incorporate it into like this current one because I'm gonna go and then you're gonna go, but like do you feel like it's a personal journey or do you feel like it's something that people can help you along the way with, you know what I mean? And it's I feel like yes, people can help you along the way, but only when those people have obviously the right intentions behind it. You know what I mean? Not to use you for your creativity and your ideas and stuff like that, but like 90% of it, it's 100% a solo, lonely journey that everybody who really feels like this is what they want to do, you have to go through that. You know what I'm saying? Until you find peers who are like-minded like you in what you want to do, it's a lonely journey. And even then, you still have to develop yourself first so that you can contribute to whatever else is going on around your circle. But I hear you on that lonely shit that you was talking about. Like, it really
Resonates with them.
it resonates because it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, there'll be nights I'm in the studio, my home studio, and I'm just there like, yo, this shit is trash. Like, it's whack. I need to get better. I have to get better. But I am good. I'm good.
Right.
I'm really fucking good.
Right.
I have my peers that
Is he spitting?
Let me do the and then we can do the because he's spitting, bro. Like, yo.
It is such a double-edged sword sometimes because you know you're good, but sometimes you just know / feel that you're not good enough.
Yeah.
And that is the biggest and hardest part to kind of, that I've had to kind of deal with. You know what I'm saying? In terms of the artistry is, I know I'm good, but am I good enough?
Right.
I know I'm good enough, but am I really good enough?
Right.
That's when you want to surround yourself. Because obviously your self-validation, that's number one. But you want to surround yourself with people who can give you that objective opinion. No bias. Like, yo, bro, this shit is whack, but let's try it again.
Right.
Let's try it a different way. Not, your shit is trash, bro. You should probably stop.
And
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
important to have people who know that you're good. So it's like, this is whack, but you're not whack.
Yeah.
This particular thing.
Yeah, there's a very,
but
very big
You
difference.
feel
Yeah.
me? It's a very big difference, and I feel like, yo, especially in the social media age, it's so hard. Not that it's so hard, but I can understand how it could be hard for, especially the kids. Like, you've been doing your craft for years, getting right for years. You see a nigga who started rapping in January, he's on by March, and you like, damn, nigga, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, I could understand how that might fuck with somebody's confidence or their headspace or whatever. But it goes back to the whole destiny conversation. That was just their time. It's not your time yet. You know what I mean?
Amen.
If you believe in yourself and if you keep people around you that believe in themselves, everything goes towards the goal. Like when it was the conversation of being lonely, I don't like this idea of like everybody brings something to the table anymore. I used to be with that. I used to be like, yo, let's have a table. You bring this to the table, I bring that to the table, I bring that to the table, and da 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 da. But then it's like you realize, unless you're building your own table, you are building somebody else's table.
Yeah.
Like if we all get on right now, and I'm the rapper and he's the singer and you the producer and you the songwriter, right? But he's the only one who really gets on. Everybody who knows that we all together, but he's the only one. When we go outside together, if we're not with him, yo, that niggas can't get in here. Oh, but what? We part of. Like you gotta make your own name for your own self, so that when you get to these doors, they letting you in the door with them. It's not wrong with having your team with you to help you out and do whatever, but I feel like I'm in a space now, and that goes to the lonely part of it, where as much as you are a team, make sure that they know your name. Feel me? Because you're gonna get to a space where the name that you with, your name gotta ring bells just as much. You know what I'm saying? Niggas gotta know who you are too. Feel me?
Yeah.
Like Jazzy Jeff wasn't going everywhere without Will Smith. Niggas know Will Smith and Jazzy Jeff, but Jazzy Jeff had to build the name up, so that's like,
I mean, look at whose name is first.
Will Smith and Jazzy Jeff. Whose name is first?
Huh?
These are things that matter.
I'm sorry. I mean, look at who said it first. Will Smith. Yeah, but who said it first? Will Smith.
No.
Jazzy Jeff.
Whose name is first?
Yeah.
That shit just almost blew my head. Pause. I'm like, word.
We just gone. We not gonna talk about that. What about you, man?
Shit, man. I think
Woes. Speak about your woes, bro.
the woes for me is as a creative is not knowing my place per se. Not knowing if I was good enough.
Yeah.
I'm saying, like, you mentioned, you know that you're good.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But you have that mental block, or, that mental conflict where you're like, I don't know if I'm it. You know what I'm saying? I had the mental conflict, but I also had like the feel, like, the presence, the physical presence. Like, I'm not really that.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm that. So that was the biggest hurdle for me. After realizing that I didn't want to be an artist because I have like stage fright or whatever the case is, you look at me and you're like,
even though this nigga is the most eccentric, fucking extroverted dude
that's
in our circle.
That's the weirdest. That's the weirdest part to me. I just couldn't
make that transition.
I couldn't make that transition. Like, you see me in public or whatever the case is, yeah, I'm that dude. You know what I mean? And that's just who I am. But as a creative, I didn't want that to be me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I didn't want, like, I go to an interview and the first thing they do is like say, oh, well, sing. I don't want to fucking sing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't really disciplined enough to do that, but I didn't know for all that time, like, that you didn't have to. But the biggest woe for me was just not feeling like that was, like, I was meant for the music. You know what I mean? That was the biggest hurdle that I had to get over. You know what I mean? So, just being completely honest with you guys and myself, I really didn't feel like I was lit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It took years. And if I made it as a writer, I would have fizzled out. If I made it as an artist, I would have fizzled out. I probably would have had one single or some shit like that, and it would have been just, probably in my thoughts, sheer luck.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't want to perform it. I wouldn't want to do this. I wouldn't want to do that because I had so much self-doubt as a youngster. I didn't know myself. So that's my biggest thing. Why does my family members call me everyone?
Bro, they just know you working.
What's up, T?
They just know you working.
What's up? Seleni's getting her.
Oh.
Yeah, she's on the way. I'm recording right now, so.
You ain't get the mom dukes. Uh-oh.
Call Seleni. Call Seleni. All right.
Kill Jay with the Woes podcast.
And I'm woes of my family. I'm joking. Nah, my mom won't pick up the phone, but Seleni's with my mom, so this is weird.
She got her already?
I think so.
She probably did.
Whatever.
So 1, 2, 3. We're each gonna. This is my last question. And then if you guys have anything else you want to talk about, we can talk about it.
Catalyst, baby. Shouts
Shout
out to you, my
Shout
brother.
out to you, man.
Catalyst, baby. Shouts out to you, my
Best
brother.
engineer, producer. You know what it is.
Best.
One example of an artist that you feel has done that in terms of finding their artistry, and then like when they came out, you didn't feel like that was just like an industry plan or just some dude who was being manipulated by like a major label to be this. Like they came out swinging, and you was like, yo,
2
that's
Chainz.
them. Perfect.
2 Chainz.
Perfect.
Huh.
Titty boy.
Nigga was titty boy.
Titty boy.
All right, wait. I need to understand the question again, because that just threw me for a loop. I was thinking something very different. Somebody who
An
came
artist
up
that
and
you
then, like,
heard,
rebranded?
he came. No. An artist that you heard came out, had a slap or two, and that song or that music that you therefore listened to after you heard said slap was just. You knew that it was them. Like that's who they are. That's their artistry.
Gotcha.
That's their like niche.
2 Chainz.
You say Chainz?
Yeah.
That's,
Chainz.
that's not a bad one.
2
I'm
Chainz.
going Cole. I think Cole, for a fact.
Damn.
I'm going Travis Scott. I'm going Travis Scott.
That's not a bad.
I'm going Travis Scott, bro. That sound is just so different in hip hop, bro. From the production to just the way that this dude just be on the track is just.
I have a question about Travis Scott. Does that change if he didn't write those songs? Does that change for you?
No, it doesn't.
No.
And I want the audience to understand why I chose 2 Chainz. It's just the fact that 2 Chainz came out as Titty Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he came out as Titty Boy. Who's to say that wasn't, what he wanted to do? But he was a part of a conglomerate.
Yeah.
2 Chainz was too big of an artist potentially to be a part of a conglomerate.
All right, so I got a question on that. Just the whole Titty Boy and the 2 Chainz thing. Do you think that it's better to just start something and put it out there and get better as you go? Or is it better to perfect it all the way behind the scenes and then put it out?
That's a good question. I think they're one and the same because unless you have the public eye, but
Both
you
could
never
be
really
equally as
have.
effective.
But
Because it's works
But I
for.
mean, for you personally, for your craft, would you rather like, yo, fuck it, I know I could write better songs, but let me just put a song out there so they know I do it? Or would you rather take your time and perfect it to what you think is perfect and then put it out? Because there are some people who are like, yo, I know this shit not perfect, but fuck it, I'm just putting it out.
But what if okay, give me the 2 scenarios again.
well, think about Low Key Volume 1. Streaming on all platforms.
Streaming on all platforms.
What about it?
Wait, give me the two scenarios that you just said, right?
Would you? There are some people who will know that the art they're putting out isn't their best work, but it's the best they can do now.
Yeah.
Like, let's say you were like creating a movie and you know you don't got the fucking red cinema cameras, but you got your phone. Fuck it, I'ma just create this story with my phone for now. Or would you rather stay at home, get a job, save your money up, and then buy the big camera and then put it out? Like, are you?
But what if the first one leads to the second one? So what if it is one and the same? Like
It can lead to the second one. That's a fact. It
you.
usually does, to be honest.
I thought of it like the reason why I brought up Low Key. It wasn't to be
Yeah.
vain or anything, but the reason why I brought that up was because I was personally getting better at my own craft. I mean, I'm not an artist. I don't peg myself as an artist, so maybe I'm slightly different. But you know, the reason why I put out Low Key, and I told you earlier, and you know this, I wanted to make sure that I had the respect of my peers, so they knew that I was good. They knew that I was somebody that they could work with, that was versatile, that was nice, that could do what they do. You know what I mean? And that could sing. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not just out here for the sake of it. But I think me being behind the scenes type shit, perfecting that craft, working through other people and their music helped me, where I was like, you know what? I'm going to put out my own body of music. It took years for me to do that. I had a mixtape at what, 22? Something like that. I'm 29. I just put it out.
What was it called? Behind Closed Doors?
The first one was behind closed doors.
Right? And then YGLT.
And it was a classic.
Yeah, that was I was like 19 or 20 or something like that. And then
Acapellas, never mind.
yeah, that shit. But you know, from that to now, I think me being behind the scenes, working with other people, different things like that, I think that created who I am. So I'm on that side. The second one that you said.
I'll feel you.
So
I think that's like one of my problems. Is like I feel like I know how I want my craft to be, and if it's not exactly there, I don't want to put it out yet.
You're a perfectionist.
Yeah, I'm a perfectionist, but to a fault. If it wasn't for my partner saying, shout out to say the Culture Curry, it wasn't for him being on some like, yo, nigga, let's just put the content out. Like a lot of ideas that I have would just stay ideas.
but it's so cool. I don't mean to cut you. It's so cool because we live in the technological age now.
Yeah.
We live in the social media age. So like, if you really wanted to show people like you have changed, your sound is different, you can.
Just show them the first thing.
Just do, or not even like you could just go on Instagram and rap. Go on Instagram and sing. Like you have a following.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Even if it's 500 people. You know what I'm saying? Them niggas, they know you. They fuck with you. They gonna be like, oh wow, you know what? He sound mad different.
Yeah.
You gonna get the comments like, yo, that shit is fire. And I think that's what helped me.
Yeah.
Social media helped me like navigate through the change.
You started going live every couple of days.
Live
Oh,
and you post and these challenges and everything like that. You're able to show the growth.
Yeah.
Pause. You're able to show people what you have become. You know what I'm saying? Or who you have become. Both, one and the same. So shouts out to the technological boom.
That's a fact. Shout out to social media, man. For real.
It can ruin relationships. It can
make careers.
magnify relationships. It can make careers. It can break careers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You
Double-edged
go live.
sword, bro.
You go live and say that and snitch and say somebody shot you. And it not be a snitch.
Social media is powerful. You just gotta know how to
Social
use
media
it.
is powerful,
You know what I
bro.
mean? Don't do too much on that motherfucker though.
Yeah, you break
You
you
lose your whole self.
exactly.
You fuck around and go viral on accident. On social media.
Yeah, sometimes-
alright?
Like Ice
Now it's
JJ
definitely
Fish.
too early and it's not your time.
Like Ice JJ Fish.
There you go. Something about you, girl.
Was he a game changing sound?
He sure the fuck was.
sure as hell was.
That's
Oh
a fact.
my God.
But yeah,
Yo,
good.
shout out to Karen B in that video, mama. I hope you watching this.
Johnny's sabbatical. I can't fucking wait.
What episode is that gonna be, bro?
That's when I get back. Oh man. But yeah, I mean, look, listen. You guys got anything else you wanna say? Or?
You know, I think you know, to bring it back, like the reason why we do this podcast is to show people that, you know, they're not the only ones that have these types of emotions. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be, everybody's a creative, honestly. You know, you're creative in your own special craft. So you're not the only one that goes through these woes. You're not the only one that has to experience certain things. From independence to the celebrity, to the biggest names, you know what I mean? We all go through it. So I think just knowing that you're not alone, I think this episode is just a reminder, like you guys are really not alone, you know what I'm saying? So keep striving and
You got us.
yeah. Pretty soon we gonna be so lit that people gonna start tuning in and asking us questions and shit like that. And we get to answer these questions.
Live questions.
Live
Yeah,
questions.
yeah.
Johnny doesn't have to come up with all of these lit questions, even though they're all fucking lit. Shouts out to you. I think the
Arigato.
snaps are a thing. We're gonna do the snaps. Like that shit is lit. But that's all I really wanted to say. Off the top, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, like
I'm copyrighting my snaps. Nigga. Say nah.
What's up?
go home. I'm joking.
You about to.
But yeah, that's all. That's pretty much what I wanted to say.
Okay. Yo, only thing I gotta say, guys, stay true to you. Okay. And if you don't know what that is, take the time to figure it out. There's nothing wrong with that.
But I think I said it all,
Yeah.
just to know you're not alone, just to know that I know it's rough out here, it's tricky out here, but there's some of us out here that's gonna help everybody get through it. So you just gotta find your community, you feel me? And just stay 10 toes the fuck down, nigga.
Amen. ER? Did you just put the ER on that?
I don't think I did.
I think you did, bro. Yo, because that's
Oh, he did? I didn't hear it because a fly just like.
Oh,
that-
no. Oh
They
my
feel like
god.
ER. But I want you to know when we watch it back and it's no ER, they're gonna wonder why you heard the ER.
Well, I'll have the answer for that in advance. You
Listen
too.
to the ER is.
But they'll also see that I was mega hurt by that. But yeah, I'm good, bro.
All right. Well, yo, guys, thank you for tuning in.
Another lit show.
Another one.
Bang.
This
Stay
is
tuned.
Johnny King at Johnny King, KYNG on IG, at Akil J on IG, at Come Through Clutch, at SMB Productions on IG. Again, I'm Johnny King.
Akil J.
Clutch Boogie, baby.
And this is
the
Woes. Bang, bang, bang. Let's go.
Play a song, nigga. Play a song. Play some lit shit
I
for
got
the
you, I got you, I
exit,
got
for
you,
the
I got
outro.
you.
Yo, play that Pops moment.
Nah.
Turn this up.
No, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. And then we get dropping, right?